Hey, what's going on, guys? And welcome back to the Jersey to Vegas podcast. This is Pete, episode number 40. It is daylight savings, which means we sprung ahead, right? Fall back, spring ahead, an hour. I wonder if it threw anyone else off with their sleeping patterns or how they felt. Are they lethargic, a little bit more tired than usual, or do you feel good? You know, some people have their circadian rhythm messed with, especially with the time changes, but that's irrelevant. This weekend, I'm going to compete in a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu tournament as a white belt. You can ask, are you nervous? Yes, absolutely. It's been a long time since I have competed. It's been a while since I've done something pretty consistent, so the nerves are settling in. And it happened last night. Like yesterday, I finally, but if you asked me 3 days ago, I was not nervous. Last night, no reason why, maybe probably a reason why, because it's getting closer. I just started thinking way too much about what might happen, what's going to happen, what am I going to do, am I going to do good, am I going to get hurt, is this worth it? You know, a lot of questions come to play when it is you're getting ready for something big. You know, this is pretty big for me. But there's a couple things that I truly do believe signing up for something does for you, right? It does for you, what it does, it really puts you straight forward. You know, and that's why like those 21-day fat losses or like weight loss challenges or a Spartan race, right? Those things, when you sign up for it, you put either money into it and or you're now, I don't want to say your ego, not your life either, it's you're on the line, right? People know that you're going to start doing this. And not only that, you also know that you're doing something to try to win, you know, to try to not just be better, but to win and or see improvement. And that's what these competitions or challenges are really good for. You know, they're really good for that. Now, I'm not saying 21-day fat loss challenges are healthy for you, right? I'm not saying that. No, but they're good to kind of start and learn your way around losing weight and getting better eating habits or something. You know, something to kind of jumpstart you in there, but it keeps you focused. And that's the one thing I've learned since I signed up for the tournament. I'm focused. I'm not missing workouts, and if I do, there's no excuse why I am not doing something, because if I don't do it here, at least I'll do it at home. If I can't do it at regular time, I'll wake up super early and get it done. I make sure I get practice, not feeling bad, that, you know, for an hour and a half, that time is for me. You know, that time is for me. For an hour and a half, it's my time, with the kids watching from the couch and just sitting there watching class. And I don't feel bad about it. I mean, yeah, I guess I do a little bit, but not as much as I did, because I know this is important for me. You know, and that's it. Like, I'm eating better, on point, not really watching weight because I don't have to, but I'm choosing the right types of food I need to eat starting now, right? Or starting before even, because I want to be properly fueled for this competition. I just don't want to take it lightly. And I want to have fun. You know, that's what I keep telling myself. It's like, I want to have fun doing it. I want to have fun and learn something. Sure, I might lose, you know? Sure, I might win. But it's not just about winning. And I'll go to that next, is about winning. But it's really just learning. You know, a lot of people do these Spartan races and all these other runs, and they always want to win, right? You always want to win. But it's good to know you have to think you're going to win. But if you don't, then it beats you up, right? And that's where the problems come. Instead of learning the lessons that you're going to learn from losing, or not doing as well as you wanted to, you kind of let it beat you up and get in the dirt and sit down and you say, fuck it, I'll never do it again. And then now all this progress that you had goes down the drain. right? Knowing and truly believing that you're going to win is very important for something that you have the ability to win. Like you have to, like I have to believe I'm going to win. Otherwise, what's the point? I'm just going to go out there and just lose on purpose? No, I'm going to try my best to win, knowing that I'm going to win. Now, if it doesn't fall my way, well, then that's it. Now I'm going to learn a lesson. But my mindset has to go, like, I'm going to win. No matter who's in front of me, I'm going to take that person out. Right? I'm going to take the person, I'm going to win. Period. If I go in with a different mindset, now I'm going to hold myself back a little bit. And you could take this lesson and move it into life, right? You could take it into any type of business that you're venturing. You can't say, oh, I might do this. I have a project that I want to. No, I'm going to finish this project, and it's going to be the best project ever made. I'm going to, I don't know what else to relate it to. I don't know what else to relate that to. But there should be no doubt in your mind that you're good enough. There should be no doubt in your mind that you can make it. And then here's another relationship. When you want to lose weight, when you want to transform your body, when you want to burn fat, whatever it is you want to say, pretty much you just want to change. When you want to see change, you have to believe there's going to be change. If you already think that, but then I have this, and then Lent started, so that's the best time that it's not to eat cheese since I gave it up for God, and after Lent it becomes Easter, and then there's chocolate everywhere, so now I'm going to give up again, and then you hear this pattern, like you already made 1,000 excuses of why you may not win. It's St. Patrick's Day, there's soda bread, and then, I have to drink with my friends, and then this and that, and then after that becomes Easter again, and then after Easter, it's Memorial Day weekend, fuck it, MMDWA, because we got to get better, and that's the patterns of holidays, but we let it take over our achievements. Like you can achieve. You can hit the numbers that you want to hit. You can see the change that you want to change. But in your heart, you don't believe that you can. You already have a reason why. Instead of, I'm going to hit this and I'm going to make this happen. I'm going to put these pair of pants on regardless. And then you're going to hit a fucking rail. And out of nowhere, your weight stops dropping or something happens. And then you just let that take you back. Instead of punching through the door more and learning from the lesson. Maybe you went out and you hung out. It's like, oh shit, maybe next time I'm not going to do this, and this. I'll just have, maybe a glass of wine and then get out of there. And now you're not in that, now you're not off your diet. Or you're not off your plan. Even though you should have a plan going into it. If you're going to a party and you're trying to lose weight, you should have a plan going into that party. Or you should be knowing what it is you're going to do, what you're not going to do, what you have to avoid, where it's going to be fun, where it's not going to be that fun. And that's discipline. And having that discipline to see that goal through, to see the vision of you winning through. You don't think I want to fucking drink and eat and hang out and not go fucking work out? No. But I have no choice because I'm going to win. And if I don't set myself up in the right patterns, there's no way I'm going to win. I'm not that talented. There's some people that are fucking super talented. They could smoke, drink, fucking eat everything, wake up the next day, sign up for a tournament, and they fucking win. Right? Because they're that talented. I'm not that talented. And maybe I'm going to go against a guy that's that guy. But I'm going to do my best to fucking win. Because that's the mindset. Your mindset has to be on top. You have to know that you're going to win in anything. And then when you don't, or if you don't, what's the lesson you have to learn in order to keep moving forward? Not, oh man, I lost, fuck this. Because that's what a lot of you guys do. A lot of you guys say, fuck this. And that's the problem. Because you give up on yourself. And then in like 3 weeks, you jump back on. You're not going anywhere. and it's the same fucking cycle. So I got a message from a friend, very smart. She's so fucking smart. I hate it, how smart she is. But let me open up. Oh, that's right, I didn't. I fucked up the app. Here we go. What the fuck was I? Oh, yeah, sorry. I'm going to get the message. I have to get the message. It finally uploaded. I always delete Instagram. So whenever I check, I'm on it for a little bit, and then I delete it. So now, as for the sake of this, I usually don't have it. But this is it. So she was listening to a couple episodes back where I was talking about how I feel like the lithium and the other stuff are like putting poison into my body, you know, and I say that because that's what it feels like to me. But yes, I do know it does help. And she really mapped out, like, I'm going to read it because it's really fucking good, of what exactly the medicine does for us, right? So if there's people that are afraid of taking medication or feel bad because of a stigma like myself, like, I don't want to take this, I don't want to be known as a person that, you know, that fucking takes medicine because he's a psychopath. And no, it's something's wrong with my body, aka my brain. It's not functioning correctly, so this medicine is helping me function correctly. You know, and I understand now that it's very helpful. But yes, I believed that it's a poison, and I always felt like it. But now that I know that I'm almost out and like feeling really good, I understand that a lot of these medicines do help the way, you know, my brain works. So, Literature Podcast. I just want you to know that you aren't taking poison. People with depression make too little or too much of several neuron transmitters. Neurons, like the brain has like these. You can check that out yourself if you want. The drugs you're taking simply slows down the breakdown or the neurotransmitters, so you have more to use and therefore feel not depressed. Get it? So sometimes there's way too many, an overload of like these sensors, or there's less, and now they're not connecting, which is making you depressed or feeling that way. Sometimes you make too much. Again, the drug acts by allowing you to keep a several level of dopamine in your brain that should already be there. So it regulates your dopamine levels. You aren't introducing something foreign to your biochemistry. It's complex from a molecule level, but it's easy to understand. You aren't putting a chemical in your brain that isn't already there. I hope this makes sense. I will literally get on a Zoom and screen share a neuron and how it fires and show you what your meds do. That's fantastic, by the way. It's like, thank you for even asking me that you'll show me a slideshow. I would never want to watch slideshow, by the way, but I would I would definitely love it. But it does make sense. So all in all, medication is not poison. You know, and I've definitely said it because that's how I kind of feel. Like, this is fucking putting all these medicines, but then I take vitamins, you know, and then I take other ones that are replacing vitamins that I'm deficient in and or lacking thereof, like omegas and vitamin D and vitamin K, right? So I'm taking those, but I'm yelling at my psychiatrist because I don't want to put poison inside my body when it's helping me regulate the dopamine release and or the amount, right, inside me. So it's such a stigma, right? It's such a thing that I'm so used to saying, but I do know that it's helping me, and I do know that the medication does help regulate how I feel, because if not, I'd probably be doing some weird shit out here. I'm not going to lie. Actually, if I wasn't on this medication, I wouldn't be here to begin with, probably. I probably wouldn't even been here. I would be out. I'd be somewhere else. I don't know where I'd be. Probably New Jersey, hating everything about me, and probably repeating the cycle of what happened almost 2 years ago now, a year and a half ago. It's crazy pants. And it is crazy pants. It's March. So thank you for that. I appreciate it. So shout out to you. I'm not going to say your name because I don't think you'd like that. But thank you for the education. You see what I mean? Like, people that message me and ask questions, like, it helps develop like what it is I'm trying to portray and talk about. And I wish I could tell you half the things that people have reached out in messages and emails. It's great. I'm glad this podcast has some type of an effect of what I wanted it to do. And I'm on episode 40, which is pretty cool. And I have another friend that's always like, "You're on 40? Yeah. Can you believe it? Can you believe you're this many in?" I'm like, "No, actually," because I feel like I would have given up on 12. But something about this makes me want to keep going. Because I do know there's people out there that actually give a shit about what it is I might be talking about, what it is I'm going through. And, it kind of feels good to know that you guys have my back and or I have yours. So it's cool. It's cool. It is March, which is the COVID day, right? They shut down, I believe it was the 13th. It was 13th? This day, yeah. The day that kind of changed a lot of shit, right? But that's how I know how far I am in recovery. Because now I don't even remember the date that it happened. Whereas last year, I couldn't wait to talk on the date that it happened. The day New Jersey was like, "Close your gym, you fucking asshole," because there's some virus that's fucking killing people. And I was like, "I don't give a shit what you say, New Jersey. I'm going to keep this shit open as long as I can until the cops fucking come arrest me." Pretty much the case, except they didn't arrest us. And at the end of the day, everyone started hiding anyway and going into quarantine right after that. So that's when you start seeing the divide of the United States. The people, and the divide of the world. The people that cared and the people that didn't give a fuck about anything. It's so crazy how... It's crazy. That's all. But it's cool to see and talk about it myself that like I'm so far into recovery that I don't even think about it anymore. And it's cool because I can actually read the book. I could read my book. I couldn't read my book before. If you guys don't know what I'm talking about, I have a book. It's called I'm Not Okay. It's on Amazon now, so you can go check it out on Amazon. If you Google it, it'll probably be easier. If you go to Amazon and try to search it, I'm not that cool yet. I don't have any ratings or reviews, or I have a few, but I'm not going to show up on your Amazon. So Google it, I'm Not Okay, the book by Pete Isip, and it'll pop up there for what's that called? I don't know why I was going to say Christmas. What's wrong with me? For Christmas. It's going to pop up there for Amazon, for your Amazon purchase. And so that's Otis, if you saw him come out behind me. Otis is here with me, standing next to me. Otis is my dog, just in case you don't know that. But the book was easy to read now. And I've cried. Man, like I fucking read it and it makes me cry. It makes me cry. Because it still hits the points. It doesn't make me sad. That's the difference. When you fucking sometimes listen to a song because you're like, I want to be sad today, so you put on Air Supply. I'm all out of love. I'm so lost without you. And you hear that shit and you like start crying for no reason. Well, that's what I used to do. I would put shit on so I could feel sad. Now I put shit on so I can remember. Right? And I read that book and I didn't feel sad. But I did remember what it felt like when I was there. And I felt the hurt and I felt the pain. It revisited all that shit. But when I was done, I was done. It didn't drag on. It didn't go. And that's when you're starting to be better or recovering from whatever it is you're going through. So for you guys like that might be going through something, trying to heal, recover, it's not fast. You must be patient and you must wait. There's a time where it's just going to happen. And for me, it's starting to, right? I can feel it. Without me trying, I'm just going through the right steps, going to therapy, getting a psychiatrist, get the medication, staying active, eating better, trying to keep a better mindset, try to fight the anxiety when I can, and just ride this wave. And I'm getting better. And it's taking a long time. But it's so fucking worth it, man. It's so fucking worth it because life feels like life again. Life doesn't feel dark. Life doesn't feel like a fucking closet or like you're stuffed in a bag and someone's zippering it over your head. That's what it felt like. Like I was in a big duffel bag and someone was just zippering it, getting darker and darker and darker, and watching this light just go away. That's what it fucking felt like. And you know what? I wish they fucking closed it. That's what it felt like to me. But now, nope. I'm glad I'm out of that fucking bag. So for the last thing, I want to know what it is you guys want. What it is you guys want to talk about. What do you want to hear about from me? And you can message me, you can email me, you can comment in this video if you're on YouTube. Because I see you watching. Like, I know it. You know, sometimes I'll check the stats to make sure the views are there because I need some, right? I need views, I need ratings. So if you can, rate and review the podcast. That always helps. You know, it always helps the podcast grow. Same thing with the book. Guys, if you bought them, let me break away again really quick. If you bought the book and I sent you you should be getting it this week if you got the signed copy, if you haven't gotten it yet, because they're all out. And I want to say thank you fucking so much for your patience. Thank you for your trust. And thank you for actually giving a shit and buying one of the books and reading it. If you can, please go to Amazon, rate and review it. 5 stars. I'm not going to lie. Don't give me fucking less than 5 stars. 5-star it. Please. If you give me 4.5, I might punch you in the mouth. I'm just kidding. You can do whatever you want. You give me a 3. If you hate it, fucking 1. But if you liked it, 5. But write a review and let people know what this book is about. You know, it's the only way. Someone said something to me. A girl, Jen, said something to me, and she was like, thank you for the book. You know, I hope you sell tons of copies. And I wrote down back, I go, I didn't make this book to be sold. I just hope it changes people's lives. And she says, the more you sell, the more lives will change. Fucking got me. My stupid, humble ass got broken right there. Because it's true. You know, like if no one reads it, then it's not going to help anybody. But if you've read it and you relate to it, then maybe you or someone in your family or friend can benefit from the book. And I would love you to pass it on, give it on as a gift, whatever. You know, so if you can 5-star and review it, like that'll be fucking awesome. That's the best way you can fucking pay me back for whatever it is you guys are doing. Or jump on a Patreon, because the Patreon's the best. I love my Patreons. They're fucking cool. I'll talk to them on Instagram all the time, or real life most of the time, because they're cool. They're my number one. I'm their number one fans, and I stalk them even though they don't think I do. I'm a sneaky Instagram person now. I just stalk people. Now I just started posting a little bit because I'm applying for jobs. So now let's go back to life update. I'm applying for jobs here in Las Vegas for personal training mainly. And just because it's like the schedule is what I can control, kind of. You know, I'm only going to work at nighttime and or on the weekends. So I spent a couple times, but who knows? You know me. Once I'm in, I'm all in. So I had actually, here's a funny story. I had a phone interview scheduled, let's say the other day, but it was like last week. So the other day, I had a phone interview scheduled, and it was supposed to be for 12:15. So I had to pick up Nat early from work because she called me and said she was getting out early. So I picked her up, and we're driving back home with the kids in the car, and I get to a stoplight. Now, if you're not familiar with Vegas, it's like 45 miles an hour. Usually people run at like 50 fucking 5 miles an hour, depending on what type of car you have. And they drive pretty fast, right? But anyway, we're at a stoplight. I didn't get hit that fast, by the way. I would think I would have a broken neck. And when I'm sitting there at the light, a phone number pops up on my screen in the car. And it came from Hawaii. So I was like, fuck it. Let me pick it up. If it's telemarketer, I'll fuck with them. Because I like doing that. I like picking up telemarketers. I know telemarketer, and I would just love to try to hold a conversation with them as long as I can until I get sick of it, and or just play with their minds. That's what I do, just in case you want to know, which is probably why they call me so much. And I picked it up, and they're like, hey, Pete, you got a minute? You ready? And it was the interview. And I did not expect anyone from Honolulu to call me. Nonetheless, calling me a little bit earlier than needed. I thought maybe a little later. So while I was talking to the guy for about a second, boom, a car hits us from behind. I tell the guy, I was like, hey, love to finish this interview, but someone just hit me from behind. And then he was like, oh, man, please do what you got to do. I was like, all right, I'll call you back. So nothing happened. Everything was fine. Just like a bump. Not a bump. Just like they hit, but nothing happened to either of our cars. I collected information. Then I made my way back to home and finally called them back to get my real phone interview on that day, which went well. So that was cool. It went well. I just don't know if... They said I was getting a second interview and they'd like to see me in person, but they haven't contacted me back in like a week and a half now. So I sent an email last night to follow up, and we'll see what happens. And we'll see from there, But every other application I put out, I didn't get any callbacks. And anywhere else that I dropped off a resume, I didn't get any callbacks yet. I ain't that cool yet, but one day I'll figure it out. So that was a pretty funny story that I got hit from behind while my first ever. How do you even interview anymore? I haven't interviewed since when was the last time I fucking phone interviewed? I never phone interviewed before because it wasn't even a thing the last time I interviewed. The last time I interviewed was 2008? I don't even know. I can't even tell you. That was a long time ago. No, not even 2008. Before that. When did I get out of college? 2000. I got out of college. Right? Yeah, I graduated, and then right after college, I went to Marriott, and that was an interview there. And then maybe a couple other jobs, like Budweiser I worked for. I had so many random fucking jobs, people, but I haven't interviewed in forever. I don't even have clothes to interview in. Like, what do you wear? I'm in the gym business, so I just wear pants, like cool Under Armours, not even the cheap brand, Target. I go to Target, I get black pants usually. And then I'll pull socks on and make sure my sneakers are clean. My sneakers are clean, and have a T-shirt that's kind of tight, but not super tight. So like not a medium, but not a large. So like a smarge. That's where I'm going to be at when I throw my interview at. And I just don't know what to do. I just talk to people. Hopefully I'll get it because I don't have any interview tactics. Shake their hands firmly. Do that. And then make sure you make eye contact like you're really needy. Just look at them in the eyes when you talk all the time. And cross your legs to the left to make sure they're not intruding into your personal space. Shut up. Again, interview people. How about just be honest? Stand in front of the person and fucking talk. That's my interview. Pete's interview tips: shut the fuck up, stand in front of the person, and have a good time. That's pretty much how I interview. And maybe that's why I don't get any callbacks, because I don't use any of the tips they want me to. Maybe because I don't wear fucking Birkenstocks. And did I say that right? What is a Birkenstock? I just know white people do it. I'm just kidding. No colorism. Stop it now. Whew, where am I going? Where am I going with that? I think that's it. I'm ready for this tournament. I'm ready to go. Medicine's helping. Thank you for the lesson. That's fantastic. And I'm looking for work, and I'm here in Las Vegas still. I'm fucking here still. And the house will be done in June. We went there for the final little, I don't know what they call it. Like the skeleton was up, and now they're going to start putting walls. So we had to make sure everything, like electrical and water and stuff, was cool. And you'll start seeing pictures of our little house that's being built right next to another house, because they're all really close together. All right, I will see you guys later. And this is what I was getting at. Please give me something to talk about. Otherwise, you're going to get this, which is fine for me because I can ramble forever. But sometimes you want to learn something, right? And when I ramble, sometimes you learn nothing. But sometimes you fucking learn a lot. Or I learn a lot from my rambling. Actually, you guys don't give a shit. I learn a lot from me talking to myself because that's all I'm doing here. But let me know. Like, please give me something, a topic. You want me to talk about it? How was Pitch Perfect 4? It wasn't made. So, like things like that. What were your thoughts on Rambo 2? I don't know. My dad had it on cassette. I get there. All right. Time's running out. I'll see you guys later. Thank you so much for coming out. This is Pete from Jersey to Vegas podcast, episode number 40. Shout outs again to my Patreons. Thank you so much. Fucking thank you. Thank you so much for just staying with me and just helping out the channel and just believing in whatever it is I'm fucking doing. Guys, I really, truly fucking am thankful. Peace out, everybody. Till next time.
Thanks for listening. If you enjoyed this episode and you'd like to help support the podcast, please share it with others, post about it on social media, or leave a rating and review. To catch all the latest from Pete, you can follow him on Instagram at Pete Isip. Thanks again, and see you next week. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.